my name is Amir Rashid. Today I'm going to be talking about the normal urinary output for children and adults per 24 hours and per hour, and how is it considered depending on the body weight of the patient. So first of all, you must know that generally the fluid intake for a person is around 2,500 milliliters or 3,000 milliliters per day, and the fluid output is around 2,500 milliliters, and urine takes up about 1,500 milliliters of that output itself. So urine is collected from the patient using a container called a graduate that has markings on the side with units of either milliliters or cc. The normal urinary output for a child and adult is, like I said before, it's around 1,500 milliliters per day. That's for per day. Meanwhile, for per hour, it differs. For a child, depending on their age, it can either be 1 milliliter or 1.5 milliliter per kilogram per hour. Meanwhile, for an adult, their urinary output per hour is around 0.5 to 1.5 milliliters per kilogram per hour. So here is an example of a record showing the intake and output of fluid of a patient. How is it considered depending on the body weight of patient? So urinary output, to calculate the urinary output of a patient, we first need to know their body weight, the amount of urine produced by the patient, and the amount of time it took for the patient to produce that urine. Urine output is usually measured at least every 4 hours if possible for the patient. From that we get this formula. So here you can see that as the weight of the patient goes up, their urine output should be decreasing. As I stated before, as the adult urinary output per hour is 0.5, which is lesser than the child, which is around 1 milliliter to 1.5 milliliter per kilogram per hour. Okay. The output of a patient can be assigned to see whether a patient has a problem with their kidneys or has some sort of problem to evacuate their bladder. Now, in some cases, if the patient is experiencing incontinence, then we should get their weigh their bed protector or briefs, disposable briefs, to use also as a measurement for their urinary output. And that will be all. Thank you.